To open the chat.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Hey friends, welcome to a Reseller's Passion YouTube channel. Today I have Stacy, and she's the owner of Peach Boutique. And of course, you know, we got Jack and Ryan here, right? Flip Thrift and Ryan's Thrift Finds.
Hi.
Hello. Let me see if we got anybody, no one in the chat so far. So guys, look, we're going to wait to see some people. Everybody's going live these days, you know?
I know they are.
Yeah. Because I'm usually there. There's Jacob. I'm usually on like other people, like some people are live tonight, and Sarah's going live tonight. It's like really cool though. You know, you guys, are you going live tonight?
No,
we have a live chat going on. We had a little technical difficulty with the YouTube channel, YouTube video, so we had to push that back a little later, but that's okay.
I know. We're breaking the system, right? Because
everybody's online at the same time.
It's popping up. So there's Christy. Christy's from Philly. Hey guys. Hey Jacob. What's going on? We have Stacy, and if you don't know it, Stacy Peach Boutique. Talk a little bit about yourself before I take over the chat. Tell everybody who you are.
Okay.
And then Stacy Turk.
Well, if you already know, I am her daughter. And
no, don't tell everybody you're my daughter. Tell everybody who you are.
Everyone knows that.
A lot of people don't know. I didn't advertise you as my daughter this time because I wanted you to be like you.
Well, I'm still me, just like an extension of you.
Listen how sweet she is to her mother. So you're. So you sell on Poshmark. Tell everybody who you are with.
Yeah, so I sell. I mainly just sell on Poshmark. I kind of just got into it because of my mom, but I also just wanted to see like what I could do with it. I just had like a very entrepreneurial upbringing, so I kind of knew that I wanted to get into anything in the realm like owning my own business and doing something like that. And when I saw my mom doing stuff and my stepdad doing stuff with like eBay and other platforms, I wanted to try out Poshmark. I've heard about Poshmark when I was in school, so I kind of fell off of it during that point. But when I saw my mom getting into it a lot more, I decided to pick it back up again about 2 years ago and just kind of selling. Right now, I am full-time. I did recently quit my full-time job, and I just decided that I was going to dive deep into reselling, and that's just kind of where I'm at now.
So tell everybody about like your YouTube channel. Stacy, before she was even selling on Poshmark, she was dabbing into YouTube. She has more than one channel. Tell them a little bit about what you're doing there.
So YouTube is actually like my number one passion. That's just something that kind of stems from my creativity. I love creating videos and stuff like that. I have a beauty channel. Well, it's kind of like a beauty channel mixed with like inspirational stuff right now. It started off like as a beauty channel talking about like natural hair, but I've incorporated some like mental health videos because I consider myself like a mental health advocate now. So I kind of talk about that and helping people through like quarantine now and talking about like what I'm dealing with, kind of bringing like positivity to my YouTube channel. I also have a vlog channel with my fiance as well, and we make videos together, just kind of like vlogs and stuff, and we just kind of talk about our lives. And I had another channel that isn't really active right now, but maybe I'll upload at some point on that channel. But YouTube's definitely like my number one bae.
Okay,
that's awesome. I love all that mental health.
Isn't it?
That's amazing.
I'm inspired by her a lot. But she's doing. Could tell everybody what is your YouTube where you're the fashion YouTube.
So I just changed the name for it because I didn't feel like the name. I didn't feel like the name before really fit like where I am right now. So it was Middle Class Fabulous, but now it's XO Stacy.
Okay.
So that's that channel.
I did love a Middle Class Fabulous. You know,
I love that.
Oh, but everybody check out Stacy. She really does have like look. Mom is just trying to figure out editing. She's got all that figured. She gave me a camera. I can't even figure out how to work this Nikon camera, so I just work on my phone. So, we'll come back to you in a little bit. So Ryan and Jack, introduce yourself. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who you are, but talk about individually who you are and where you sell so that we can get to know who you are.
Okay, so I'm Jack, and I'm Flip Thrift on Instagram. And I am originally from Minnesota, and I now live in Iowa. I went to college here, and then I met Ryan, and then I'm kind of stuck here. I resell on Poshmark. I dabble on Mercari. I really dabble on like Tradesy and eBay. Those are very like not much. But yeah, I've been doing it for like 2 years now, and full time probably about 1 year. And yeah, now it's my full-time job. I graduated college last May with an accounting degree, and that's where I'm at.
He does all my taxes for me.
That's awesome. But you have something to fall back on. We talked about this when you were on the podcast. Like you have something to fall back on. And this time of everything we're going through, it's always good to have something to fall back on, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. Ryan, talk a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ryan. I am originally from Des Moines, Iowa. I go to school in Northern Iowa to be an art teacher. So I have this really weird like combination of school full time and then Poshmark full time. I've been on Poshmark specifically since about 2015, since I was in high school. I was just kind of like selling part time just to make some extra money. Once I got to college, I realized I didn't want to work an actual like college job. So I started being a little bit more serious with my resale business, and it's just kind of like gone up and up and up from there. And this is my full-time income.
Yeah, I think that's really good. And we've talked because some people probably don't listen to the podcast, but then the episode was so long ago. So I wanted to like, you know, because I haven't seen you guys in a while. So I just like seriously, I stalked them at the airport in Phoenix, guys. So like, I know that Jack, when he started, he really wasn't into fashion. Jack, tell everybody what you were doing. You were flipping a little bit on eBay or whatever, but you weren't selling like clothes. So what were you doing?
Personally, I've liked fashion always, but I did start off with, at first, at one point, I always like upgrade my electronics and stuff, and I was interested in getting a new iPad. And so I went on to eBay and I was looking for my new iPad, and I found that like tons of people all over were like pricing them way off based on like the model or how much memory they had and everything. And so when I ordered mine, I ordered a couple of them. And then I was like, I can sell these for what they're worth. And sure enough, the like 2 extras I bought sold in like a week. And so then I used that money to buy more. And then I just kept doing it. And the problem though is I was buying them on eBay with like obviously my PayPal and my bank credit card, and then I was selling them on the marketplace. And so I was like like I was a dealer. I had cash. I had a lot of cash. It was kind of weird, and I had to keep depositing it. It was a lot more.
That's really funny. So Brian, how did you get into reselling and Poshmark specifically?
So I used to work at a buy-sold trade store as the person who like went through all your clothes when you brought them in. So I was in like probably about my junior year of high school, and I was like, okay, getting a little burnt out. I worked there for 5 years. So I was like, I can do this myself. I have all this built up knowledge. So I was like, why don't I look up how to like sell this stuff off myself? And conveniently, the store had a dollar clearance. So I spent like $20 or $30, got 20 or 30 things, and just Googled like how to sell clothes online. And the first thing that popped up was Poshmark. I downloaded the app. It was super easy to use. I think I can't remember whose YouTube video it was on like how to start selling on Poshmark. It was super easy. My pictures were terrible. I found somebody sent me one of my old listings from like years ago. It was awful. It was so bad. Yeah, and I just like built my account up. My email got hacked with my first account, so that account is no longer with us. Thank God. But no, I just went up and up and up from there. Did a lot more research, a lot more Googling, started watching more people's YouTube videos, a lot more information, which was always good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I want to say congratulations on reaching that 10,000 milestone. And
Thank you.
nothing like having a swipe up, right?
I was just gonna say, I feel so bad for all my followers because it's just been like swipe up all week. I'm like, just let me have my moment and I'll calm down. I promise.
Yeah, I was definitely the same way when I first started. I see,
So
go to the chat. Okay, ain't no shame in my game. And if I'm promoting you, swipe up. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. That's what I do.
Like, Ryan's having a sale, swipe up to his Poshmark closet.
Yeah.
It really helps out, like, with the community. I'm not just swiping up for myself.
Exactly.
So let me go to the chat real quick. All my friends are here.
I know. We see that.
Bill Hubs. There's Bill, right? And Daniela. Daniela's my girl. If you guys didn't
Oh my
know,
gosh, I loved it.
Daniela and I are really good friends. We text each other all the time. She inspires me. I say that, but I mean that sincerely.
She's so nice.
She's definitely beautiful. I've met her, of course, in person. And we have Posh Lady 77. That's Sandra. We have Bill.
Tori's here. Yeah, I get to see
Bill and Tori and Christy, one of my girls, Jacob. Foo. So hey everyone, if you have any questions, throw them out. And Girly Girl Style, Tori says one day she'll get the swipe up. Hey friends, right now, let's start following Tori. If you don't follow Tori, Tori is Girly Girl Style. She and Bill are awesome. And you want to help her get that swipe up. She's very inspirational and she's motivational and she's a great part of this community. So let's do this. Hey Gina, let's do it. So Stacy, what have you been working on? And the funny thing is, the only time I really get to see Stacy is, when I'm talking like this. We're literally like 15 minutes away from each other, and I don't see her often. The girls popped in. I have 4 daughters. My oldest popped in last week, and I was like, I don't feel good. You guys have to go home. Like, you can't be around me. Just because I didn't know what I was going through. And also by them coming from the outside.
Yes.
Would have affected me. So I said, it's not that I don't love you, but I just, and so I'm always fussing at Stacy because she literally is, she's literally 5 minutes from our bins. Like literally she could walk from her house.
Wow.
That'd be so nice.
Yes. And it's 15 minutes from my house. So Stacy, what have you been working on since we've been quarantined? I know that you did leave your job due to some challenging things going on. It's a good thing she left because I would have been up there. And she's an adult. But seriously, it was some racial stuff going on that I wasn't appreciating. So I'm glad she made the decision on her own.
Good for you for leaving. Get out of a toxic situation.
Yeah.
Listen, I was like, I don't care if you're an adult. Philly mom would have been right now.
Oh yeah.
Listen. So what have you been working on while you've been in the house? In addition to making some YouTube videos, have you been really working your Poshmark closet? Tell us about what you've been working on.
Like, I'm always still like working on like the behind the scenes stuff with Poshmark. Like, I'm not so much on the social media part of it, as you can probably see from like my Instagram and stuff like that. But I'm still always like sharing and like listing stuff, taking pictures, doing all the behind the scenes stuff. I'm still making sales and stuff like that. I think for right now, I've kind of been taking myself away from the social media aspect of it, just because even with all the like positive things in our community, it's still like overwhelming to me. Even like positive things are still like overwhelming. So I kind of wanted to take a step back and kind of just like evaluate all the things that I'm trying to do on top of Poshmark. Right. I have also been trying to make content for my personal social media accounts because those are like more influencer type, and I'm trying to like make sure everyone's like doing well and being like that positive face for people who are dealing with like anxiety and stuff like that through quarantine, because it's been like really hard, and especially for me personally. But like I kind of just want to like let people know that they're not alone, and like I think this is like the like main time that we've like truly been together as like a community, even though we're all separated. We're all still like together.
That's a really good point.
Yeah,
that is like
yeah, it is, because that's like now you're seeing most of us, we're doing lives and things like that. I kind of like hunger for people now. I'm doing like the Saturday passion coffees. Even though I'm home, right? Like even though Stacy has been home, you go to work, you come home, you're kind of introverted, but you're so used to being able to go. When you can't go, that's when it's a challenge, right? So Stacy, I know Stacy, one of your personal accounts is it Casey Monique?
Yes, that's my personal Instagram.
You can type. I'll put all your information, everybody's information in the comments. So it's Casey Monique. I don't know. Casey is her alter ego, but Monique is her middle name. So if for you guys that don't know it, Stacy is my daughter. She's Peach Boutique on Instagram and the Poshmark app, and she has an account called Casey Monique, which is her personal account, and she's doing some inspirational things. What I will say, Stacy, is I would probably suggest, but it's just me. I always say, just me. Maybe take 10 minutes every other day and kind of go through different people's accounts. It's a good way to reach out to people. If you read their content, some people are kind of crying out for help in a specific way. So just kind of scroll through. And that's what I do. I find like posts of people who are having a bad day or something like that, and I'll send them a DM. And that also helps with you creating content based on what you see other people are doing. And that's what I do as well. That's how
that's kind of like what I've been doing too, like mostly just reaching out to people personally, and then like if I feel like there's like a topic that I need to like discuss, I'll write that down for like a YouTube video, and then I'll make the video about it.
Good.
I love that.
Yeah.
So guys, what are you doing since we're like in the house? You were saying to me earlier that your state isn't technically on a stay-at-home issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But are you still going out? Are stores still open? So you're staying in. Now that you're in, how are you being creative in your businesses individually and together?
So I mean, I'm sharing until my fingers fall off because I don't have anything to list. I'm like pretty much caught up with everything. So yeah, lots of sharing. I have been trying to focus more on cross posting. It's still such a just like bore. It's worth the time, but it's just, you can't just sit and do it all day. It kind of gets mind numbing.
It's a little boring.
Maybe just sharing and cross posting is what I've found are what I've been focusing on the most. We've been, for the first like week or two of all the quarantine stuff, we were trying to pump out a little bit more YouTube videos than we normally do. But we also were realizing that people right now actually aren't really looking to consume reseller content as much right now. They're looking for more entertainment based. And so the views were kind of down and stuff. So we are back on our normal schedule for that.
Okay. I have some ideas for you that I'm going to share in a few minutes. Because if you know me, I'm all about multiple streams of income and teaching and things like that. It's really important for me to share that. I'm going to look at the comments real quick. Wendy just came on, and Gina A says, how are you all handling shipping with all this stay-at-home ish?
We have like a little one of like classic metal mailboxes right across the street from our apartment building. So luckily we can send most of our poly mailers and that, so we don't need to talk to anybody. We just need to like run across the street and then run back home.
And then for boxes, we're trying to devote like once every 3 days. We run them out, once maybe every other at the most. But we're trying not to, like normally we would do every day, we'd get shipping out super quick. But we, again, want to limit the risk. And so we're just bringing them out
definitely
frequently, but not too frequently.
Yeah, and we do wear face masks now when we leave. My mom made us some, which was amazing. So.
Oh, good. Is your mom just like giving them away, or is she selling?
No, Janet.
People were selling them. Jack's laughing, but seriously, this is like I sell on Etsy. I used to be a handmade seller, but I sell
that's right.
on Etsy. So every single day they're sending seller blog, and they're saying stop what you're doing. If you can sew, make masks, because that's what the money is, and they're letting the sellers know that the masks are selling. So you can crochet masks, you can do all kinds of stuff, and people are really getting creative. Even if you sold 3 for a certain price, and like I've suggested to people, like if you're going to make 20, sell 10 and give away 10, that kind of thing, so that you can have like something to fall back on. I mean, the time is now. This is the time, friends.
I know.
Ryan's mom has been focusing mainly on making them for like loved ones.
Yeah, she's made them for Jack. She made them for my sister. She made them for some of our really close family friends. So it's just kind of like, she's using her fabric scraps for her quilts.
Hey, cut up some shirts and do some things. Tori said they're making masks too.
Tori.
Tori's I love Tori's style.
She's so sweet. I loved her when I met her in Phoenix.
What's your shipping like? I know, is Jose still taking out your shipping?
Mine's is still the same because he's the only one that leaves the house.
Yeah.
So.
So Jose is her fiance, my soon-to-be son-in-law, and he actually, I give him a round of applause because he actually works for Amazon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's where to be right now.
I know.
For real. And like I told, like Stacey's like, well, he's probably never home. And I'm like, you know what? Enjoy it while it lasts because things could come. You know, seriously, things are shutting down. Like in my 50 years, I've never seen anything like this. And my husband's 62. Thomas lived through riots of the 60s and stuff like that. And he's never seen anything like this before. So it's times are uncertain. We want to be as positive as we can, but we also want to prepare for anything, right? Yeah. And then, so what I was going to say to all three of you is take your talents that you already have and start doing some other things. Monetize them if you can. Like if shipping is not like working, because you have the younger generation, even though everyone loves you all. Like I'm 50 and I love you, but you have the advantage where you have like a younger generation that you can touch. Like if you look at just go to Jack's Instagram profile. I mean, he went from 10,000 to like, wow, real quick. So like the YouTube, seriously. So you're bringing the people aren't just watching you for your content. They like the fact that you're young, that you went to college, but then you took another avenue, right? So you have a degree, but now you're reselling, but then you're also showing what you're doing, showing your style. So if you sit down and try to figure out, there's a way that you can market that, and don't ever feel guilty about your gifts. Make some money because it's a challenge right now. So if you don't have any inventory, it's something to come to you. I believe in you. I know that you can make it work. And like, even with Ryan, like he's going to be an art teacher. Ryan, come on now.
I know. I've been thinking about like kind of like making and like selling people like at home, like lesson plans and stuff for just like simple like crafts. But like, oh my God, I am up to my like ears and homework and like just teaching stuff that I need to get in order for, the semester going into, next year. So I'm like, we'll do that in a little bit, but like, let's let things calm down now.
Well, finish like, working on getting your studies and everything done, but you never know. Like I'm crafty, so I've turned some things. It's downstairs. I'm gonna take some photos, but I just painted some bags like Frida Kahlo and some different.
I saw that.
And I just did these jeans. They're drying, but I'm like, you never know. Like seriously.
Oh, cute.
Oh, I love those.
Those are adorable.
So like take, you never know. Like some jeans that we're not selling in my closet. Now I can sell them in Poshmark and on Etsy. So it's about being creative. Like Tori, she's like needlepoint. So she just adds a little touch to some jeans, and all of a sudden they're selling. They're crazy.
Yeah, those like
so because Stacey does. She crochets. She does a lot of different things. Stacey plays the guitar. She does a lot. So you can, just think about it. I'm all about helping people because everything that I do, I was preparing already for, create some digital products. Some like, Blake has his new thank you cards. Come on, like you can, it's money to be made out there. So if you think about what your talents are, Jack, you should be out there charging people for taxes or whatever. You're not a CPA, but like it's still things you can do. Like you're going to say you are actually technically a professional. When you hear people say I'm not a professional, but you have a degree.
Yeah,
we have.
So I'm just I'm always thinking because I'm like
especially now
inventory. So Jack, tell me about the Real. I know you've sold some things there, and Daniela, she's really been successful on the Real. What is your experience with them? And will you continue sending things to them, especially once the times change and you can get back out again?
I was going to say right now, the Real, they like closed their California center, and so they're not accepting packages or anything right there. And then I think I've heard the one that ours go to in New Jersey, they have like 15% of their employees there.
Yeah.
So they are almost just at a freeze. But the Real over time has really become like a decent chunk of my income. Like I use it a crazy lot. Like it's like 25% of my income usually for the month. So I have no plans of dropping it. Once we move to Minnesota, I'll probably use it more because I'll have better access to our bins. We just continuously, like every week, maybe twice a week, have like packages going
Those
to
big
them.
old boxes off the Real Real.
Yeah, Daniela just commented that you and Jack inspired her to start the Real Real.
Oh,
And
really?
She's had, I mean, you really, like, I don't know if you guys have actually talked in person, but she's a really good person to talk to. You know, they have Thrifters Village, which is the great podcast she and Lori Boston found. But Daniela has really made some really cool sales on there. She found this vintage dress and they sold it. It went for like $1,400 or something like that, I think.
Oh
She
my
didn't know what it was, but it spoke to her. She picked it up. She was like, I think originally, I think it was like 400. Daniela, you can tell a story. And then when they reevaluated it, they priced it more.
Wow.
So and then so she was specifically sourcing for the Real Real because she saw that there were some potential there. Yeah, and you kind of like an eye, I think, you know.
Yeah, because there's, oh my gosh, there's like such a huge plethora of brands that they take, and you really got, it's almost like you teach yourself Posh and all the brands that do well on there and all the like tips and tricks, but there's a whole like different set for the Real Real. It is not the same thing at all.
No, it's like a whole different piece.
Yeah, you can go dizzy. You click on there, you just see all the, and it's an alphabetical order. And it's like 5 columns, and you're trying to like figure out.
I know.
I can't even imagine being at the bins or something. You pull something out, and you're trying to figure out what the comps are. Can you send it to the Real Real? It's like probably so overwhelming. I can't even imagine.
Quite a lot to learn, and it's kind of like Posh. You're always still learning. You're really never done. Like it's just.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Posh, and I love the fact that Poshmark, anyone can sell on Poshmark. Like Stacy she just turned 24. Stacy just had a birthday.
Oh, happy belated birthday!
And so she sells. One time we had the 2 teenagers, but then they each got like jobs, like real jobs outside of the home that they couldn't keep up. But everyone in our house was selling on Poshmark at one time.
I love that.
Like a little bit of extra money, like. They were taking their stuff, like Ryan knows about the buy, sell, trade stores, right? So they were taking their stuff there and they would come home and it would be great stuff. And I said, you're not selling it to them anymore. You're going to sell this stuff on Poshmark. Start your own closet. And it was selling. They only wanted to give them like $14 or something for some great Pumas and different things. I was like, nah, you're not going to do that. So the girls have had, it's really a great place for like younger people. So Stacey, are you... like do you have a big pile of stuff that needs to be listed? I know you were shopping the bins for a while. Every Sunday she was going to the bins. You can if it's around the corner. And so that need to be listed.
Yeah, I honestly still have like a couple bags of stuff that I still have to go through.
Right?
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in right now.
You know, people like her. Items that need to be listed. Now, are you making sales? Are you listing, or are you, because you were saying you're focusing on YouTube, but are you listing on YouTube? Is that really where you want to focus, or do you want to use Poshmark a little bit because you're home, so you need the income, right?
Yeah, I'm still doing YouTube. I actually missed the video for this week, but I'm trying to do weekly videos now, so I'm still doing YouTube consistently.
Okay, so like I was going to say to the guys, like, so you know, you've been doing hauls, but if you're not even really interested in teaching, then maybe take your videos into another direction. You know, like at one point I started YouTube videos. That's how I got started, but I stopped because I'm not really like a person who does hauls and things like that. My content was more like educational. Yeah. People weren't really interested in that, you know, like, I don't know why, because you want to be able to take your business to the next level, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of put it down for a while. So now recently I just picked it back up. Of course, we're live here, but I've been creating more educational videos and people have really been kind of like eating those up because it's talking about like kind of things to do around your house. But like, I talk about my reseller truths. I don't know if you guys heard that. I talk about all the mistakes I've made. Yeah, so it's 5 episodes so far, but just kind of stuff like that, and that will really work for you because you have stories to tell, things to share, and you can just do a fashion show, do all.
That would be so fun.
Seriously, everybody get creative. People are going to watch anything that you put out because It'll help your channel grow. It'll help you get monetized. But if you still want people to watch you, then just go into a different direction and just think outside of the box, you know?
Yeah, we had this video that had been requested for like months and months, where people wanted to know like tips for bringing stuff to the consignment store.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it about 2 weeks ago, and it did
so bad.
It did
so
horrible.
bad.
But so we saw that and we were like, okay, obviously this must be because no one has access right now to
Yeah,
the
the
store.
consignment stores are
This is
open.
not the time or place kind of for that video. So we kind of like just brainstormed a whole, we have a list of future videos we want to do. We like brainstormed a whole new set of ones that we just think like, this can help people right now.
Yeah, like what can people do without going somewhere else?
And so right away we did, the next video we put up was the best brands to cross list from your Poshmark to Ripari. That video did great.
It did so well.
Good.
And so we are really trying to now like, okay, we need to focus on what can help people now.
Yeah.
What people are worried about, that's what they want to know.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, seriously, you could do so much. And the thing that I really love about this community, there's no competition. I don't see any competition. You see how I promote everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough for everyone. That's the first thing. But then it's different age demographics. It's different like financial. So there's someone for every single one. It's a podcast for everyone. I'm always promoting Denali and Daniela and everyone. And that's what it's really about. And like you have a different perspective. You may say the same thing that I say, but then you're going to have a group your age or people who are already following you that's going to continue this. So I think that's really good direction to go into. And that way, when things kind of change, there will never be a normal again. It's going to be a new normal that we're going to have. And so when things change, you'll have a new audience coming to see, because people are going to start talking about the videos that you're doing. So you think you're already growing. It's going to really get like phenomenal. Same thing with Stacy, because yes, I've been a bad mom. I didn't realize that she had changed her focus. Well, that just means I'm really busy, and also, these kids are adults.
Yeah, a busy mom.
Exactly. Not a bad mom.
This teenager I have is like 5 people rolled into one, so I gotta like. She's almost like Stacy's twin, but Stacy's like quiet and everything. But this one here, all day. So. So to you guys now, so since you're just sharing and you're trying to figure out like the next step, are you sourcing online or you don't want to do that? What do you want to do right now to get your business kind of moving and continue with sales?
So we have kind of like always online sourced, not like a ton, but just off and on.
Yeah.
And so lately we've been kicking into that more often. And then we even made videos about tips on that too. But yeah, we both kind of stay up late on like our laptops trying to online source from different places.
Yeah. Good. Well, I talk about Vinted a lot. I don't know if anyone's selling on Vinted, but it's Vinted.
I've heard of that.
And it came out the same time Poshmark came out, because I just celebrated my 4-year anniversary with Poshmark. 4 years ago, I started on Poshmark and Vinted. Vinted tried to get like kind of Poshmark, but it's not. When you look at it, you'll see that it's kind of similar. So I say go. And the reason that I talk about Vinted a lot is because Poshmark is a little bit more like higher quality. People think that automatically. It doesn't have to be the case, because it's different levels, right? It's different price points. It's different, financial areas. So, but Vinted, you'll go in and you'll find like all kinds of Lululemon and stuff. I'm going to have everybody sourcing on Vinted. So like, I was just the other day, like literally you go into Vinted, you don't even have to sell. You don't even have to create an account yet to go through and look. And you go in, you type in whatever brand you're looking for, and then you go into sort. And I always hit low to high, and all the low prices come up, and you can see what people are like selling. And then once you find that one item, you go into that person's closet, they might have a lot of stuff in there. But then the other thing I like about Vinted, which I've used a lot last year, is you can actually connect with people locally. So you click a button, it says shop locally. So you go in, you put your zip in, and it'll bring up everybody who's in your area. So you can go to their closet. I live right across the street from the University of Delaware. So I've shopped from students.
Yeah.
So that's just another place to source. Whereas, somebody's Lululemon will be $70 on Poshmark. These people are just trying to get rid of them, and you might be able to pick them up for like $20.
Yeah.
Vinted is another place for you to kind of look. Let me see what they're saying in the chat. So Bill says, I only have about 5 items left to list. Been listing 3 items a day for the past couple of weeks to string out my inventory. Next, back to my closet. Definitely. Everybody, and Daniela was just saying that. She was saying how she was going back into her closet. Daniela says, happy birthday, Stacy. Christy's my girl. She's from Philly, and she said, there's money to be made. It definitely is. It's definitely money to be made out there for everyone. There we go. So let me see. So in terms of your sales, how have you been doing? Since you're not adding inventory, you're sharing a lot. Does that help you, or have your sales slowed down?
I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat as Bill, where I had like this really big initial backlog, and I've just been kind of like slowly chipping away at it. Luckily, I don't have a physical desk pile anymore. I've got it all, organized and put away, so it's all just on my computer. But I think my sales personally have been pretty consistent. They've been, not super high dollar, just kind of like, the $20 to $60 range. But it's all kind of just been like, stuff people can wear at home, or stuff that's kind of like more loungy or more like athleisure. But they've been like, I've been getting it, I think at least 2 a day, which is pretty good.
Mine have been like very on a wave.
Yeah.
Like there's days where I've had it be almost normal and I'll have like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like been 2 days in a row with literally nothing at all.
Yeah.
So it's just like the times. It's very unpredictable.
Yeah.
It's just like I can't really count on a certain amount of sales.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta take it day by day.
Yeah.
The sharing, some days it pays off, some days it like hasn't been. It's very odd.
I have been noticing I'm getting the same amount of like attention to my items. Like I'm getting a lot of likers, I'm getting a lot of new shares, I'm getting a lot of new followers. I just think that like people might be in that kind of like window shopping mindset where they're kind of like, oh, I'll like this, save it for later. Or like, I'll tell the person like come back to them in a few weeks and we can all hopefully go outside.
Yeah, I definitely just started. Like before I tried it a while ago to do like some reseller boxes, but I just went through all of my inventory and just getting rid of a lot of stuff. You know how we make those mistakes in the beginning.
Yeah.
We just want to reorganize. So I took a lot of stuff out. I sent 2 bags yesterday to ThreadUp.
Yeah.
Take it, they don't. It was a good way. It makes me feel good. It's not just laying out on the street somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And so I have like mystery boxes and I've been selling a couple. And so not for a lot, but it's like a way to get some stuff into people's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best like quality. And I'll let people know that these are like mall brands or whatever, because a lot of the stuff, again, before I really started getting strict about my business and looking for quality, it's just like, like Stacy, she does well with her brand that she likes, which is Forever 21, right, Stay?
There's a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So Stacy, are you having sales?
Well, mine's have been like similar to like how Jack's sales are. Like mine's have just been like up and down mostly. And then I actually need to like get everything listed that I still have in the bags, because we're actually moving. So I want to like start purging some stuff and like I'll probably do like a sale or something to start getting rid of some things.
Yeah.
So what is that? Look, I don't know you're moving. When did this happen?
Busy mom.
I thought I told you.
No,
well, our lease is
your lease is up. I remember. Everyone, so like awesome. So like everyone's engaged. How is this affecting like weddings and stuff? Like Ryan and Jack, were you waiting until after Ryan graduated, or what's your deal there? Okay. So
Yeah, we're fine.
I can't handle wedding planning and then trying to get a teaching degree.
Yeah.
Too much. I can barely handle the degree by itself. Wedding planning, a whole other beat. So yeah.
Oh no. Well, Stacy, I know their wedding was August. What's going on with your wedding, Stay?
I think we haven't come to like a final decision about it, but I think we're gonna put it on hold for now and just wait it out.
Okay. Well, I already told Stacey, and I'll tell everybody else. I'm ordained to perform weddings. So, like, if she wants, like, I told her, I said, if they want to get married, just to get married, and then later on have. So, look, everybody thinks I'm joking. I don't have like my certificates, but I am. It doesn't take a lot. People. I just saw a lot of people getting virtual. You just send the marriage license to me. We do the wedding. I sign it, send it back to you. You sign it, send it to your courthouse. There you go. You're married. So, but she's up the street, so we would do. We could she could hand it to me or something like that. But definitely. So let me look at the comments. So Angela says, Angela Bernhardt. Hey, Angela. She says, I've been redoing my inventory and storage systems and cross-posting to Macari. That's cool. Christy says, I need to start using spreadsheets because I keep misplacing my books. Any good idea? Yeah, you definitely need to get a system. I saw that you lost an item today. You can't be losing items because that loses customers. Jacob says, I started cross-listing from Posh to eBay to take advantage of the traffic. We'll see how it goes. I hear that eBay is on fire.
Yeah, I know. Well, because they give you so many free listings now.
Yes.
I also heard that Mercari is like on fire.
Mercari's
So
really
I don't
good.
know
I've had a
if it's
decent amount of
like
Mercari sales.
if it's just Posh that's like down. Maybe because people
I think
aren't
people do
necessarily
kind of
looking
have
for
that,
clothes. They're looking for like
Yeah, it's definitely
sound puzzles and basketballs.
Yeah, it definitely, like, I just did, like 2 weeks ago, I did 3 episodes back to back on the podcast, and one was like, you know, sell things to sell to like the homeschooling family, and that's like games, puzzles, crafts, things like that, you know. And then people were talking about electronics, like someone had Chris from Daily Refinement on yesterday, Sarah Styles, and he was just talking about a lot of things that he was just picking up because, you know, he sells clothes and shoes, so he said now he has to pivot and go into a different direction. So we do have to think outside of the box. Go through your stuff. Look, get rid of all your games. You know, if you have to, everyone's in the house with their children, so they have to get creative of, you know, sell your appliances, take advantage of Facebook Marketplace. People are still buying. My husband and my stepson did a yard sale yesterday, just like, you know, because Thomas is an eBay seller. So he said, you know what, let me just put some stuff out. And people add on the marketplace, and people were coming, and they did the distance, and they did, you know, people paying invoice so they didn't have to touch and stuff like that. So it's a lot of potential. Right now, you just have to
like what we did with our YouTube videos. Like, you just have to look at the times and think of what do people want, what are they looking for, what do they need, and kind of pour them with what's going on.
Yeah, you definitely we want to you know, we want to make sales, we want to make money. So so what's going on now? What do you want to do in the next couple of weeks in terms of like your businesses and then your like YouTube channel? How are you changing?
So, well, one thing we have considered for a while, possibly making a second channel that's like a personal channel.
Yeah, kind of like how Stacey has her like vlog channel. Sorry.
Where we like show more of like Mike, because people like to see our pug Mike, or like maybe we make food, or like, I don't know, it's more personal stuff, because the people, if they're not looking for reselling stuff, maybe they're just looking for that entertainment. They can just kind of sit and just like watch,
or just like have on, you know, what the kids are watching the Zoom call or doing whatever.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a good idea. See, me, that's why I'm safe. One channel works for me because I tell people I'm a reseller's passion, and my name means everything that I'm passionate about. Everything Leslie's passionate about. So when you see me on Instagram, you already know I'm a reseller's passion. It's not just because I'm a reseller. I'm passionate about cooking. I'm passionate about baking, about drawing and painting and all those things. So when you come to me, you're not going, oh gosh, she's not thinking about reselling. You get everything I am. So it's definitely, so like Courtney from Common Tags has a separate YouTube, and she started hers because people were asking her about her dog a lot. And so finally she was like, let me start a second YouTube. So that's a really good idea. It's something about the dogs, you know, but Mike is a foodie, so you know, all that. Look, start an Instagram page. Next thing you know, people will be like, oh, can you sell this dog food for me? Listen, I'm busy. I'm keeping it real with you. I'm keeping it real. Like, you've seen that. You've seen it. Look, you can take a picture of Mike just sleeping, and all of a sudden you've got like 1,000 likes on, you know.
Or like DMs from guys.
So if people, I would just definitely start asking, you know, would they be interested in a second YouTube channel? Because then that way you're laying the foundation. You're not just surprising them. And what would they like to hear, see? What they'd like to see more of Mike, you know? So I'm telling you. So
I've had people say that like you should put it all on the same one, and then I've had people say it's good to separate them. I'm not really sure what the right answer is for that, because like I see people do both.
The challenge is now you have to think about, like, I don't know how important your monetization was, so that's what you have to think about, like kind of starting from scratch. And seeing how your audience is going to build up. And I see the reflection for me because literally January 2019, I started this YouTube channel, but I let it sit dormant, and I only started 2 months ago picking up. So I only have like 200 and some followers, some subscribers, but that's just because I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't putting any activity in it. So it's kind of like starting from scratch. So just think about like what it is you want to do. If you start in, I think what happens is when you don't prepare your audience for what you're doing, that's where you mess up. When all of a sudden, like you were saying, that video that you did that flopped, they were like, yeah, we're just not, doing it. But if you start like, preparing them and saying, hey, what would you like to see? Like in the, stories, have them answer questions and things like that. You never know. And that will help you make the decision, because you don't want to start over and put your energy somewhere else. But you have the energy. You guys are young.
I think if we did do a second one, we would continue on the same schedule for our, like the reseller one, and also have the second one. I feel like if we just randomly put personal ones on our normal one, it might be a curveball and it could screw up the monetization of that channel.
Yeah, now that'll definitely mess you up there.
Yeah. So
yeah, but I can definitely see you doing something different. I seriously, and you're gonna grow so fast, because what I want to ask you also, so from the time you went to Posh Fest, how much have you grown from then to now?
The week
So much.
the week of, I think when we were at Posh Fest is when I hit 10,000 followers on YouTube and
Instagram.
Or on Instagram.
We don't have 10,000 subscribers yet. I wish.
and then like on my birthday this year, I hit 20 already on Instagram.
I know.
Like doubled it that quick. That was like.
I think I made my reselling Instagram in like June or July. It was like or it was like May. It was like right when we moved in together. And right as we were going to Phoenix in like beginning of October, I had almost 8,000.
Nice.
7,000 somewhere in there Instagram followers. It was like. It was insane.
Yeah.
And then after it just, kept going up.
Same with YouTube.
Same with the YouTube channel. We hit, didn't we hit like 3? Like,
well, I had said I should set 20K on Instagram as my goal for my birthday, and I wanted to set 4K as my goal for YouTube. And like we were at 4.3 by my birthday on YouTube. So I was like, well, there's no point in saying.
Isn't it amazing? It's like, you don't really realize how much of an effect you have on people.
Yeah.
I like, of course, like I met you, and like I haven't told, like when I was sitting at the airport, because Ryan was saying this when he was on Posh Bar late, but I was at the airport, and I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know who they were. See, that was the thing. I had no idea who the two guys were. I probably saw Jack in passing, but the girls who were with me were freaking out. That was what happened. And they were freaking out. And I'm like, well, how about if you just get up and say hi? Like, they're not superstars,
Yeah, I know.
Like, I don't look at anybody like that. And that was the problem. I'm like, if you get your head into it. So that's when I got up and
you're the one that ran over.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even know who these young boys are. I mean, I kind of like, because like I said, I think I saw, because as soon as I was like, yeah, I think I saw Jack, because Jack always has on that baseball cap.
It says the cow.
And then after that, as soon as I sat back down, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, go. But I was like, ladies. And then I'm like, they wouldn't even get up. They're still sitting there. So I'll take a picture.
I know. You were like the first one we met besides our two roommates.
They sent Stacey a nice little message, because she sent me a message and was like, Mom, that was Jack and yeah. And so the next day I was able to spend some time with them. They were just sitting by themselves. We had breakfast the next day after that. A friendship was built. But I'm like, no one in this community is famous. I don't look at anybody as being famous. I look at everyone as just being every regular people, because we're all putting in the work. And what your famousness is attributed to is just how wonderful you are, just being your authentic self. And that to me is more important than anything else. I only hang with real people. Now, when we were there, I could see the difference between who wasn't real or whatever. And I could say hi to you. And I walk up, because you've gotten to a certain point. So of course I respect you, but I'm like, yeah, I'd rather be over here with the people who are just chill. If you're chill and you're your authentic self, because I always say, like, how wrong can you go with a 50-year-old black woman with a bald head who just chill? You know what I'm saying? There's no shame in my
I love
game.
that. Leslie, can I be your t-shirt? Can that be your new trucker hat? I looked like your little emoji on it. Oh, that would be amazing.
Like someone just said right here, like Birdie and Emma said they just subscribed, you know, and then
thank
this
you.
does
Thank
it.
you, Emma.
We're cross-friending. Like we have a lot of friends in common, but then now there's people who are on my Instagram page who don't know you and vice versa.
Yeah.
So the community has just been so awesome. I can't wait. Like Stacey has been to Posh and Sips with me, and I was hoping that we could do Posh Fest this year, but it is what it is. You know, I don't know if they're going to do it. So maybe they'll do some Posh Party lives at the end of the year. Maybe we can make up and do some things, you know?
Yeah.
So let me see if anybody have any questions for everyone. Girly girl style. I just described to your YouTube. Oh, somebody's saying that to Tori.
YouTube.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I meant. I had already talked to Bill and Tori.
All the time.
I had already communicated with Bill and Tori and to meet them. And then I met Steven, the C fashion guru. I met Posh Bar boss Blake there. It was just so amazing. Can't find Ryan's YouTube. He and Jack share a YouTube channel.
It's Jack's little OG channel, and then I just I infiltrated.
So Jack, tell everybody what's your channel called?
Jack Valentine, like the.
I'm gonna put everything in the comments. I'm really bad. Jack wrote that already. I'm really bad at that kind of stuff, guys. You gotta remember I'm 50. I'm trying to like figure some stuff out. The fact is live and it didn't break. This is it says, love the term cross-friending.
I love that.
I know that.
It says, Jessica Swartz says, Ryan and Jack, I don't know how you guys don't have a million.
No, me neither. I'm waiting.
Ryan is you know who, you know. He said, somebody said, oh word. Awesome. What somebody said, what up? Oh, Lynn. Hey, Lynn. Lynn's from Philly.
Oh, Lynn's she's in our chats all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see quite a few people here who are.
Lynn, what's going on? Okay.
Hey, we tried to send everyone here from
I know.
ours,
We
so
Good.
hopefully y'all came over here.
Universe sent us the
So
symbol.
they have to come back for the replay. But the reason is we're in competition because Blake's on, Sarah's on.
I saw Nicole was on. It's
Yeah,
like every-
Exactly. Sarah's messaging was like, "Oh, why?" I'm like, "Well, I said, you know what? I claimed Thursday. I'm just going to
You're like, this is fine.
Yeah.
you know." And look, it was so funny. I was watching you guys, and I was like, "Yeah, it's getting late. I'm gonna have to go to bed." Because y'all, and then I would go off for a minute, and you guys were still talking. I was like,
I know. I think it was a lot longer.
What are they talking?
Yeah, you get
We're having such a great time, and Nick is amazing too. Like I didn't know who Nick was either. Like, you know, look, it was funny because Ryan came up to me the next day and said, Leslie, our picture didn't, you know, work out. We have to take another one. I was like, fine. So I didn't know Nick. I was like, young man, can you take the picture for us?
so funny.
And then he was like doing closet consultations and stuff. And I was like, oh, he must really be somebody.
I remember that.
So and he had already been, that was like his third Posh Fest. I was like, yeah, I don't know these people. It says, there's so many. Yeah, Jessica, you're right, Jessica. It says there are so many amazing people in this community. And Bill said they have Sunday at 4:05 locked in. And Corey said, we choose you all. Anybody have any last minute questions for Stacy, Jack, or Ryan?
Well, like you said earlier, I love how different everyone in this community is.
Oh,
like different
love
genders,
the different
races, different sexualities,
Yes.
different age groups, different locations they're from, different just like everything. And everyone has like different tastes and perspectives. Everyone's closet is completely different. Like
the diversity.
it's
is
just that's why you
It's
can
so
watch
nice.
everybody and not feel like you're absorbing the same information.
and not just feel like you're watching the same like 4 people over and over and over again.
Yeah, the diversity in this community is like so amazing. And that's what I love diversity. Like I can't stand, you know, like I was talking about with Stacey's job. I can't stand, don't be coming here and talk about my girl Black. You know, we all people, you know, and I raised my children. My mother raised me in a diverse community. I raised my children in a diverse community. Don't no drama. We're all people, and I love everything. I love the fashion sense. Like I wish that I could lose about 40 pounds and start modeling like Tori. You know, look at all this. So I might have to do my own thing. I'm like, well, Stacey does that too, and she's like, we're gonna have to work on her light because she's so beautiful. You know?
Yeah.
Her head, she's got a head full of hair. So go to Stacy's Peach Boutique and just check out like what.
Oh, her Instagram's
Oh my God,
She
it's so
models, she does all kinds of stuff.
so
So
pretty.
Monique, and she's just
It's amazing.
and I'm kind of biased because she is my daughter, but like, you know, not all kids turn out very well. You know?
As an educator, I can neither confirm or deny, but I can definitely say.
So what did you say at the same time? So Ryan, so girly, Tori said Ryan Jinx. We said it at the same time. I don't know.
I think about the diversity.
Oh, the diversity. Yes. Oh, so much diversity. Definitely.
Well, the other good thing is everyone accepts the diversity.
Yeah.
You don't see problems with
It's
it.
really like
Yes.
not like a very cliquey community.
Yeah.
Like it's very like everybody's really accepting
Yeah.
people's background, specific context, which
Yeah.
like I love it.
I really agree that even though we're going through a lot of stuff as the world,
Mhm.
we're in the best times now, because I remember years ago there was not a lot of diversity. You know, just growing up in the inner city and then moving to the suburbs, the things that we had to go through. You know, I grew up in the 70s, 80s. My husband grew up in the 60s. So
Yeah.
I am so happy that no matter, you walk in the room and everybody's basically the same, because we're all human. It's humankind, you know, it's man.
Right.
And so it's so wonderful. I love watching everyone's channel. I love scrolling through and seeing what people are doing today. And it's cool now because when you follow people, you don't even have to scroll. Look, stories come up. Okay, that's what Ryan and Jack are doing today.
Yeah.
And then when one story comes up, you click on and you just get to see what's going on. So it's like it's really cool. And I can't wait till we can get back out again, because I love like both of you when you go out and when you go sourcing and when you're modeling, you know, and Stacy the same way. I just like seeing that. And the younger people see that. And you're such an inspiration. You may not think so, but you are. And that's the cool thing. But Ryan, that's the thing that makes it so unique and organic and transparent, because you don't think that, you know what I'm saying? And you're probably touching people, and like what Stacy's doing too, or touching people at a time in their life where they're having some challenges.
Yeah.
But then you pop up on the screen and you're showing what you've done today. And there is no competition, and people are going like, you know what, maybe if Ryan can do it. Because also, and I probably said this on the podcast, you're talking to a person who's in school like you know what I'm saying? And they have to figure out how to work their way. Like how Nick was saying, look, I paid for all this with school money, with Poshmark money, you know?
Exactly.
So people see you paying your bills and living your life, you know, and you may not be rich, but you don't owe the man either. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do not.
So like Jack.
Grant is the only one.
Oh gosh. So no one else. It says I don't see Stacy's contacts. I'm gonna put them in there. I did put them in there. She's at Peach Boutique on Poshmark. I'm gonna come back and do my comments. I'll put everybody's information. They'll be in the comments, and you can come back and watch the replay, especially for people who came in a little bit late. But guys, I'm gonna let everyone go. I just want to say I appreciate you so much, Stacy. You know I love you. Mommy loves you.
Oh, wow.
No, I love them. I mean, like I'm like that mama bear. Like I let them go do their thing, but they know I love them. I'm here, and like
we love both of you guys too. You're such bright lights in the community. Like you're both so like
I know.
Wonderful thing to see.
And you're such both like just like you're helpful people. Like Stacy, like it's so nice, especially like as a teacher, like mental health is something that really needs to be stressed and not like pushed, but like shown that it's like a thing that needs to be worked on and focused on. So I love to make content about that. And then here's Leslie just educating everybody about, you know,
everything.
Multiple streams of income.
Literally.
On
business and kindness and
everything
at the same time.
That's old school stuff, you know, like back in the day, they used to hustle, but families didn't really have banks and all that kind of stuff. It was always, look, you make a couple cakes, you're in business now. You know, I used to make desserts. I used to crochet. Look, I made $25,000 one year just crocheting some hats for Women's March. Stacy will tell you she was one of my employees. I had to hire two people. 2017 for the Women's March. I made those cat hats.
Oh,
and, I saved, and Thomas and I went on vacation. We did some stuff, but like that just to show you that you can turn a piece of string into $25,000. Anything.
Wow.
The sky is the limit. So I can't wait to see what everyone's doing. I thank you for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. I really appreciate each and every one of you so much. Friends, thank you. I'm going to put everything in the comments.
Okay.
Say thank you to Stacy, who is Peach Boutique, and Casey Monique, and Jack and Ryan. All my boos, I love you so much. Take care.
You both too. So
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.